guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a good old-fashioned empties video. Yes, I moved house and I brought lots and lots of empty products with me. I've got to be honest, I have absolutely no idea what's in here, but let's crack on, let's go through it. And straight away, the Alice Thomas favourite. By the way, just want to let you know that I am very overdue a hair wash, so apologies for that. But I've just cut my fringe and I like to do that before I wash my hair, and I couldn't find my scissors. It's a whole thing, so yeah, if this is jagged and if my hair looks disgusting, that's why. But this is where this comes in handy. So this is the Batiste dry shampoo in the extra large bottle in this tropical scent. I don't know if I've told this story before, but I needed just some dry shampoo. I was on a trip to Newcastle and I was in the airport. We were in the airport, my mum was going to Superdrug. And I was like, oh, can you quickly like grab me just like a small thing of dry shampoo? And she bought me the tropical mini size of this one. And I was like, that was something I would never pick out for myself, like a tropical scent. But actually I think it's my favourite. Out of all the Batiste line I'm using at the moment, the extra volume one is like my favourite formula. But to get it in the big can and to get it on offer, often this one is cheaper. So big fan of this one. This is my favourite scent, if ever you wondered. So yeah, I've just jumped right into this, but what I'm going to do is I will let you know. I'm also going to let you know if I repurchase this as well, because I think maybe that is handy. Yes, I would repurchase this. Yes, I have already repurchased this as well. But yeah, would recommend to a friend. Next up, another classic product is the Bioderma Micellar solution in the standard colour with the pink cap. Yes, I would repurchase this. Yes, I'm already using another bottle. I believe this is on offer in Boots at the moment, so maybe that's something to look out for. Yeah, I love this stuff. This is my favourite Micellar solution. I think it's better than the rest. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but because I use it every day, and I just notice the difference when I use this one, and it agrees like with my eyes, because I use it like often like to like really take my eye makeup off, because I wear quite a lot of it. So would recommend this, love, love, love. I'm already on to another bottle already. Oh, this is a bit gooey. In fact, let's do these in a pair. I can see this one too. That is disgusting. I don't really want to put it on my bed. This here is a little duo from Earle. This is their Rosemary and Rock Rose Botanical Body Wash and Botanical Body Cream. The Earle body washes are quite thick in a gel consistency. Like they definitely sort of like are a lot more sort of gel-like than watery. So whether you like that or not, I think I quite like this scent. From what I remember, this is, oh my god, this is disgusting. But yeah, and I also quite liked having the body cream alongside it. I've gotten to the age now where I really do need to moisturise my body, like particularly stuff like my elbows. Like my elbows get like flaky, and I'm somebody who has sort of like combination skin, so only really when like the weather changes do I get a sort of like flaky skin on my face, but I noticed it on my elbows if I don't moisturise my body. So that's an interesting fact for you. Would I happily use these again? Yes. Would I repurchase them? No, because for what they are, they're quite expensive, and there's other sort of higher tier lines than drugstore that I would rather try over this as opposed to repurchasing this. But I would happily use them again. My mum typically gets like a big thing from QVC at Christmas, so I imagine something like this will be finding its way to me this December, and I'll use it happily. But as something that I'd spend my own money on, so I'm just trying to like balance it on my other things so it doesn't get on my bed sheets. Yeah, I don't know if it's something I necessarily repurchase myself. Here I've got like a really old perfume. This is the Beyoncé Heat Mrs. Carter World Tour edition. And it smells really nice, you know, like this is obviously sort of a more cheaper celebrity endorsed perfume, so you know it's not aimed to people in their mid-20s, but hey, I used it happily because it smelled nice and was fairly, I've got like a little bit left, but I don't think it really wants to come out that much. Would I repurchase it again? Yeah, actually I probably would, although I think it was a limited edition, so I don't think I can. But I think this is a perfume that I was surprised at how nice it smelled, because I typically avoid sort of that range of like Britney Curious or the Christina Aguilera or the Katy Perry stuff. Like I typically like don't go for those because, you know, I'm not their target audience necessarily. But I think I just randomly smelled this in Boots one day and I was like, actually that smells pretty good. So as I said, I think this is a limited edition one. I think it's like actually pretty old, so, but I finished it, so it was nice. Oop, I've got another slightly smaller but still as great Bioderma as well. Yes, would repurchase. As you see, I've got multiple bottles. Here I've got a super old, again it's one of these things where I think I've mentioned this before in favourites, where I'll get product and I'll use it and I'll like go through it until I get to the end, and then I'm like, oh no, I don't want this to run out, so I stop using it. so I still have it on hand rather than like using it and repurchasing it or using it up and then using something else. And this is one of those things. I bought this, I mean, you can tell by the packaging, this is the Urban Decay Slick makeup spray, makeup setting spray. And I believe they've changed the packaging once, if not twice, since I used this, since I bought this, sorry. This one's good, I do like it. I think I speak quite a lot about makeup setting sprays. If you watch my current favourites video, I speak about the one that I'm currently loving. These are expensive, but they are good. I just don't like, I like the amount of product you get in this one. You get like 118 millilitres, which I'm sure is like, that's 4.0 fluid ounces. This one's like the oil control one. I don't think I necessarily need this one. I think I would go for the All Noter if I was to buy one of their sprays again. But the bottle's massive, so if you like work from a makeup bag as opposed to like a dressing table, I find these take up quite a lot of room, so I like ones that are slightly smaller and are also slightly more friendly to your wallet. So would I repurchase this again? No, I don't think I would, to be honest. I might eat my words though. Here I've got another body cream from Earle. This is the Nourishing Botanical body cream. I believe this is their sort of core line one. Again, it's a good cream. I don't think I actually really spoke about the cream. I definitely spoke about the body wash. These are nice enough, like they're sort of not too thick. I think they're like a nice medium. They're not too like runny, they're not like an oil or anything, but they sit like quite nicely in the middle between sort of like a really thick cream. I find that they sink in really well. What I like to do is I will keep a body cream in my shower, like right next to my body wash, and whilst I'm still standing in the shower I get the towel, sort of pat myself dry and then put it on, and then I'll like clean my teeth or something whilst I'm still butt naked. There's an image for you. And then I'll put like my clothes on or what have you, just so it gives it a little bit of chance to sink in. And I find keeping it inside my shower means that I use it. I feel like if I then like keep it in my bedroom or something, I'm already like not thinking about putting another product on. So that's a top tip if you're like, I really should use body cream and I just always kind of forget. That would be my tip for you. But yeah, this one again is good. Would I repurchase it again? No. But would I happily use it again? Yes. Ooh, I've got a cleanser here. This is by Glossier and this is their Milky Jelly Cleanser. I got this as part of their Phase 1 set, which I did actually write a blog post on. God, that was back in the day. So maybe I'll link that down below if you want to read my blog post. Anyway, I really do like this cleanser. I used it all up very happily. I think Milky Jelly Cleanser is a very good way to describe it. It's sort of, hang on, I'm gonna get back. Oh, it doesn't want to get back into shape, that's fine. I do find this was able to take off my makeup, able to sort of cleanse my face without stripping it. It also, I mean, it took off mascara and stuff, but I would double cleanse. Anyway, when I'd use this, I'd either use this as like my first or second step. I didn't really mind which order I did it in regards to like a double cleansing. But yeah, no, I would use this again and I would repurchase this again actually. At the moment I'm using the Beauty Pie cleanser, which is actually really similar to this, but that one has a bit more of an oily texture to it. But I would happily use this again and I happily would repurchase. Speaking of cleansers, I think this might be my last micellar solution. This is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. I personally prefer the Bioderma one, but sometimes Bioderma isn't on offer and I don't have that much money. So would I repurchase this one? Yes, it just wouldn't be my first choice. Out of sort of like the drugstore ones that I've tried, this is my favourite one. So if you don't fancy like spending as much as Bioderma on a cleansing water, this is one that I would recommend. Yeah, this is my favourite one out of the sort of ones I've tried from the drugstore. But as I said, I think that the Bioderma is more effective, but I would repurchase this if I was in a pinch. I've got foundation here to talk about. This is the Chanel Perfection Lumiere foundation in the shade 12 Beige Rose. I remember when I first got this, in fact I can tell you exactly where I was. I was in the airport when I bought this and I also bought a perfume at the same time because I had quite a lot of money left over. And I bought this in the summer and it was something that I wanted. I wanted kind of like more of a mattifying foundation during the summer, so sort of because obviously you're more oily and more sweaty and all that stuff. And I remember when I first got this, I did not like it. I did not agree with it. I think I even put that in a video that I was just like, I'm not crazy on this one. And I'm fairly certain I was using tools to apply it initially. And then funny enough, I saw somebody on Twitter sort of say like, just randomly post like, this is my favourite foundation and put this foundation. And I was like, hey, like I'm having trouble with it. What do you use? And she was like, I just use my fingers. So I was like, okay, do you know what? I'm gonna revisit it. And turns out I actually really, really like it. I think out of all the Chanel foundations I've tried, this one is my favourite now. I was really sad to see this one go. It looks like I haven't used a drop, but I don't know if that's sort of the colour of the bottle or just it's coated on the inside, but I promise you, I assure you, unfortunately, it is all gone. Would I purchase this again? yes, I would. I think, oh God, as I said, this is my favourite Chanel foundation to date that I've tried, and I've tried 3 Chanel foundations. I see another foundation in here, and this is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, and I use the shade Opal 01. So I'm going to tell you a bit of a story about this one. So when this one got released, I think there was a few like people that, you know, I typically follow, and they were sort of recommending this foundation. So I had a voucher for House of Fraser at the time. So I was like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to purchase it. And they didn't have this colour, but the guy who was working behind the Bare Minerals counter said, like, I'm fairly certain we have like a tester available, like that hadn't been opened yet. It just didn't have a box and it was like supposed to be for testing. So he went out the back and got it, and like I got like 10% off or something, and I was like, cool, you know, like I think that's like customer service rather than me having to like come back and like see when they'd get my shade back in. But like, it's weird, like the entire time I used this, it kind of was, thinking about maybe I probably shouldn't have used it, but it was like a little bit like bitty inside, like it's sort of like there was sort of, basically it just seemed like a lot of like, you know, sometimes when you like squeeze foundation out and it's got like a little bit of like dried foundation where it's a little bit congealed, like it always sort of seemed like it had like little bits of congealed foundation in it, which is, upon reflection, probably not something I should put all over my skin, but I did. But yeah, so when I used this, I did quite like it. One thing I will say about it is that it took quite a long time to blend in. I found I would sort of have like either brush or sort of finger marks or sort of streaks on my face for longer. Like I'd really have to sort of like rub it into my skin, but eventually when it was sort of blended in, it was fine. I would say it erred a little bit more, I suppose, on the shiny side for me. It sort of did leave like, yes, like quite natural finish, but it definitely still had a bit of like a glow, like, but to the point maybe that I didn't personally like. It wasn't a bad foundation. Again, it's, I think, how big is this? It's 35 milliliters, so it's a little bit bigger than your standard one. Would I repurchase this? No, probably not. I think I prefer the It Cosmetics CC cream. I love that, and I think this is kind of like along the same vein as that type of product for me. So I don't think it's something that I'd purchase again. But if you do like sort of like tinted moisturizers type stuff, like I would recommend this one. Like it wasn't bad. I just think maybe I kind of had a bit of a bad one, and also, yeah, I don't know. It was fine, but I don't think I would repurchase it, to be honest. I've got a hair product here. This is from Ouai. This is the Ouai Wave Spray. And this is kind of like a styling product. I like to spend a little bit more money on my styling products because I find that they typically last longer. I think in my previous empties I showed you some shampoos. Like I like to buy like my shampoos like in like litre bottles, and then which you can't really do with a wave spray. This I really like using this on dry hair as well. Like I mean, as you might be able to tell, like I like going for that sort of messy, dragged through a hedge backwards look with my hair, and definitely I could achieve that with this. However, as I mentioned, like I like to spend a bit more money on my styling products because I think they last long. I go through this so quickly, and I think like this bottle's like £20, so it's something that, would I repurchase it? Yes. However, when it's on sale, when I can get it with money off, because, ooh, bye. Yeah, I just go through it incredibly quickly. So for me, I feel like I'm just like, oh my God, this is so much money. Like it's a good product. Like clearly I'm using it because I think it's a good product, but just like how fast I go through this in comparison to other styling products, I don't know if I really like that. I don't know if I'm just like overusing the product, but I would repurchase it and I would recommend it. But you know, Ouai are sold on ASOS. Wait until there's like a code, like Black Friday, like 20% off, 30% off site wide. That's when I would purchase this. Next up, I've got another setting spray. This one is by NYX. This is the Dewy Finish setting spray. And sorry, like just to go back to this is what I mean. Like I prefer like a bottle this size. Like yes, this is half the size of this, but it's also like a quarter of the price. So I think, and also you can get like NYX on sale sometimes. So I personally prefer the matte finish one, not because, do you know what? I think in my last video I mentioned that I haven't used this one. Clearly I definitely have used the Dewy Finish one before and it didn't have like glitter or anything in. But that being said, like I think I prefer the matte one. That's one I continue to repurchase. But if you do like a more of a dewy finish, this is available to you and I would recommend it. I do like the NYX setting sprays. I do think they're good value for money and they do what you want them to do. Yeah, I would recommend. Oh my God. This was stuck to it. Oh, that's disgusting. Anyway, I've got two mascaras to talk about. One's a bit more high-end. This is the Rollerlash by Benefit. I would say this is one of my favourite mascaras, and yes, I would repurchase it, although again, it's one of those things where it's a little bit more expensive. Like, I personally like experimenting more with more purse-friendly mascaras, but this is actually a fantastic mascara, so I would definitely recommend it. Out of their Real and Rollerlash, this is the one I prefer. I haven't tried the new Bad Gal mascara, so I can't comment to sort of compare all three of those, but I do like that one. And another one that I've got is the Parasite. I keep wanting to say Parasite. Paradise Ecstatic Mascara by L'Oreal Paris. This one I would repurchase again. I would repurchase this over the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, which is definitely what I think they're trying to sort of emulate here, both with the packaging but also with the formula and the brush. Like, the brush is very similar to that, so if you do like the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, I have tried that one. This is like very similar to that. If you like that really sort of like dry, big, fluffy mascara, this is definitely a cheaper, good drugstore dupe for that. So I would repurchase this one as well. So this was stuck. Oh my god, there's like congealed goo on the front of this, but also, yes, this is a palette that I have finished. Oh god, my nose. Ooh, it was stuck shut. This here is the Ambient Lighting Palette Edit. I don't know, or is it just like the Ambient Lighting Palette? This is the one that's in their core collection. Every sort of Christmas time they bring out like a 6-pan palette. This is like the 3-pan palette, and it is still, I think, about £55 for all 3 shades in there, and then it's just their Ambient Lighting Palette. It's not like their blushes or anything. Would I repurchase the palette again? No. Would I repurchase a single of these powders again? Yes, I already have done that. That's what I've done. Since then, I didn't repurchase the palette. I repurchased a single pan of these, which is, again, still, I think, £40. I really do like these powders. I think they give like a nice sort of veil to the skin. It's definitely a finishing powder. It's not a setting powder. So again, depending on sort of what you're looking for, this is definitely expensive. Like, it's not a cheap product, but it is a very good one, and there's a reason why people chat about these. It's because they are phenomenal, but they are pricey, but I would recommend. Yet another setting spray. This one here is by Milani. This is their Make It Last 16-Hour Wear Makeup Setting Spray. Would I repurchase this one again? No. And I'm going to tell you for why. It's nothing to do with the formula. It's everything to do with how fast I went through it, and I believe it's to do with maybe the spray, like maybe like the spray like sprays out a lot. When I spray it on my face, like I wouldn't necessarily notice it being like a tidal wave to my face, but in comparison to the NYX one, which is the same fluid ounce size, I went through this one at a disgusting rate. Like, I went through this so quickly, and it's a good product. So again, if it's something that, you know, it's on sale, like it's available to you, I'd recommend this. In fact, I bought this when I was in the States. I forgot to bring a setting spray, so I bought one whilst I was out there for a wedding, and I had this a matter of weeks, like whilst I was over there. Again, it was pretty hot, so I think maybe I was like putting on a little bit more than I usually would, and I was going to a wedding, so I think I definitely like layered with it, but so what, like that's like maybe like I used a little bit more than I usually would, but I just went through this so quickly. Like, it's a great product, and maybe if it's on sale, like if you're getting like a 3 for 2 or something, like yeah, sure, pick this up as part of it. But as something I would go to buy specifically this and only this, no, I wouldn't, because I just went through it so quickly, and I'd rather pick up the NYX, which I found either I use less of it because it works better, or just like due to how much the spray disperses. I would recommend this one over it, to be honest. This is the Flash False Lash. I believe that's not the first time I just tried saying that. Mascara by Beauty Pie, and this one has sort of a very small wand, which is like a very small spiky one, which is a bit of a contrast. I would say it's definitely more like the Rollerlash than the Paradise Ecstatic. I'm struggling with words today, aren't I? Would I repurchase this one? Yes. Since I finished this one, I've tried a different Beauty Pie mascara, and that one's okay, but I much preferred this one. I forget what the other one I've tried is called, because they have a few, but I prefer this one over it. Again, I guess it depends on what sort of like brush you like. This one is like that small plastic brush, so I think it took me longer to put my mascara on, but once it was on, I preferred the way that it looked. So would I repurchase this? Yes, and I would definitely recommend it as well. I think it's great. I've got another fragrance here to talk about. This is the Glossier You perfume. Would I repurchase this? Yes, I would. It's literally right here. Hang on, I'm gonna put it. It's fine. It's fine. There's no casualties. Yes, I would repurchase this one. If you like the Molecule 01 fragrance by Eccentric Molecules, it's very similar to that. It's very along the same lines. In fact, I was wearing this yesterday and I went into a cafe and they asked me what perfume it was and told me that it smelled great. So I definitely like this perfume. It's not, so basically it's supposed to be kind of like how just like a good person smells. Like that's kind of the ethos behind this fragrance, and I think that's what it is, because I don't, sometimes, you know, you do want something that is super sweet or super floral or super like sexy, like sort of like oody, sandalwoody, and maybe you want that, but sort of as like a daily fragrance. I just want to smell nice, you know, and I think this just has a little something about it, and yes, I would really recommend, I would repurchase. And also I've started buying this one over the Eccentric Molecules one because like per milliliter you get, because you get 50 in this one, it only comes in one size at the moment, although they do offer a solid compact at the moment. This is cheaper, so yes, I would recommend this one. I would, and I have already repurchased. I've got a concealer, that's what this is. Here, this is from L'Oreal. This is their True Match Concealer. In 1.N Ivory. I do really like this concealer. I think it's like a nice, happy medium. I think concealers at the drugstore, you know, are actually pretty good. I think they really do stand up, maybe more so than foundations do. So I'm very happy to buy concealers sort of at like a cheaper price point, and this one is a really good one. I would repurchase this one again, actually. I just think it's a nice all-rounder. Like, you can use it under your eyes if you want to, you can use it to add extra coverage over your face, like if you've got blemishes or just want a little bit extra coverage in some problem areas. I think this is like a nice, I think this is a nice all-rounder, and I think it's like an easy have essential, definitely something that you could have just sort of like if you want to touch up or anything. I recommend this one. Next up I have, I missed this. This is the, so yes, I would repurchase this. This is the Ordinary AHA and BHA peeling solution, you know, their red face mask. I really enjoy this. I think this ended up in one of my favorites videos, and I'm just gonna repeat what I said in that, which is that because you need to use a sunscreen with this one over the summer, it was super sunny in the UK, which is fantastic. I stopped using this because I was like, oh, like it makes, you know, it's really bright outside, and if I forget to put sunscreen on, like I don't want to sort of like damage my skin. So I stopped using it, and then products just did not sit as well on my skin. Like I really had like issues with like foundation on my skin this summer, and I think it's because I just simply was not exfoliating at the level that I'm sort of used to. I like to use like a manual exfoliant as well as a chemical exfoliant like this. I think the Ordinary is a fantastic price point. And I would repurchase this one again. At the moment I'm using the Beauty Pie AHA mask. They have their Fruit Zyme mask. Again, I would recommend that one as well. So I'm just using that one up, but I would definitely repurchase this one as well. You know, if you don't have a Beauty Pie subscription, I think this is a fantastic option. You do look like you've smeared the blood of your enemies over your face, but it's because baby, it's a look. Would 100% recommend this one. I've got a couple other Ordinary products in here as well, so let's chat about those. I've got the Alpha Arbutin. Yes, I would repurchase this. If I was to recommend one Ordinary product, I'd recommend this. I believe, you know, realistically it could be also to do, you know, I'm getting older, but this changed my skin. This, I feel like, changed my skin for the better and permanently going through. I think this is the second bottle of this that I've gone through. I'm on to my third, I think. I'm either on to my second or third, and I have already repurchased. I will continue to repurchase. I believe introducing this into my skincare routine changed me from always having spots on my face to not having, do you know what, I say not having, I've got like a tiny spot here, but since I introduced this into my routine, like I have noticed such a difference in the clarity in my skin, and I just think that, yeah, this is amazing, this is phenomenal. I would so recommend this to anybody who sort of still has, you know, spotty skin. You know, I'm in my mid-20s now, so again, as I said, that might be something to do with it, but it doesn't dry your skin out, but it just cleared my skin up to no end and brightened my skin fantastically. So I would 100% recommend it. Next up, I have the cold pressed Moroccan argan oil by The Ordinary. Now, this is the oil that smells like cow pat. So depending on how you want to view that, would I repurchase this? No, probably not. I think I'd go for more of a specific dedicated hair oil. That's what I bought this for. It was for hair oil, not for my skin. And like, it worked in my hair when it was in my hair, but it smelled like cow poo. Like, there's no other way for me to get around it. I'm from the West Country, I know what that smells like, and that's what this smelled like. And I don't know, I've bought another hair oil since, actually from Ouai, again when it was on sale, when I had a voucher. So no, I don't think I would repurchase this. I don't think it's a bad product. You know, I think it is 100% cold pressed organic argan oil. So if you like that, that's great. But I just think for my routine, meh, I'm okay with it. And I think this is my final ordinary product. This is their glycolic acid 7% toning solution. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. Give me 2 seconds. Ta-da! Oh, I know I can chat for England about these products. I'm almost there, I promise. Anyway, this is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% solution. Yes, I would repurchase this, and I already have. If you've ever used the... Oh, there's my housemate's coming back. That's interesting. Hello!
Hello!
Hi, I'm just filming a video, so I'm not chatting to myself.
Hey guys!
Hey! Would I repurchase this? Yes, I would. I already have. If you like the Pixie Glow Tonic, it's very similar to that, but I think it's like £7 for a 240ml bottle, so 100% would recommend this and buy this again. I love The Ordinary. I really want to know what's going on with the owner, because I think he's been sectioned again. Just that whole situation I kind of avoided because I just want to use the products because I think they're really good. Ooh. Next up, I think this is my final skincare product. This is by Kipris, and this is their clearing serum. This is £60. Would I repurchase this? No. I bought this sort of when my skin was really in a disarray, and I think this does have like a lot of the ingredients in it that, you know, I now get from The Ordinary. So it's something that, it's like a very natural brand, and it was good, but it's just something that I wouldn't repurchase. I just think the price tag in sort of now what is really like available on the market is just something that I wouldn't invest in. It is a good product and it did help out, and you know, if you do like a more natural side skincare, this is that, but I just don't think I can justify the price tag anymore. And also, as I said, because my skin's a lot clearer, I don't really need it anymore. Next up, I've got an eyebrow gel here. All the branding has come off. This is the Glossier Boy Brow in the colour Brun. Would I repurchase this? Yes, I would. I already have. Do you know what? My other bottle is like almost out, but I'm just waiting for that Black Friday sale to pick up another bottle of it. I do really like it, you know. Is it a little bit small? But I suppose like all brow gels come in this sort of size. But yeah, I think it's really good. And believe the hype, I do like this one. We're almost there. Anyway, I have an eye cream from Kiehl's. This is the Creamy Eye Avocado Treatment with avocado. That one. I really do like this. I really would recommend this. Yes, I would repurchase this. Again, it is a little bit more of an expensive product, but why I like this is I can rub it all over my eyes, on my eyelids, and it doesn't bother them. There's some eye creams that I've tried that like I cry off because if I put them too close to my eye, which is, for me, I don't quite understand why that's a thing, but this one does not bother my eyes at all. At the moment, I am actually trying a Beauty Pie one, which I think rivals it in the sense that I can rub it all near my eyes and it doesn't bother them. But I would repurchase this one ultimately because I just think it is a fantastic eye treatment and it's really good for sort of where I am in my life, it being in my mid-20s. Next up, I've got eyeliner. That's what this is. Again, all the branding's rubbed off this. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. Would I repurchase this? Yes, I would. I already have. I love it. In fact, again, similar situation to the Boy Brow, I definitely need to pick up another one from Debenhams sometime soon because my other one's running out. I just think this is the best eyeliner. I know I've waffled on about this for years, so I'm not... Do you know what? I think I've used this for 5 years. I think I picked my first one up when I was 21 and I have not looked back since. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. I definitely... Yeah, when I went to Vegas when I was 21, picked up my first tattoo liner and yeah, I have not looked back. It's phenomenal. I've got a concealer here by Revolution. This is their Conceal and Define. Basically, you know this one, the one that is the Tarte Shape Tape dupe. Would I repurchase this one? No, probably not. Similar to the Milani setting spray situation, I just went through this so quickly. So even though it is like a really good price point, I don't know if it's to do with like how big the doe for applicator is or what, I don't know, but I went through this so quickly, like I'm talking like a matter of weeks, and I just, you know, maybe that's something to say like how good the product is, but I don't know, maybe it's something, again, if it's on sale, I'll try it again, but it's not something that I'm running to pick up again because I was annoyed with how fast it went, to be honest. I've got two more products to talk about. Another one is concealer. This is the Beauty Pie Super Luminous Concealer in the shade Fair 100. Yes, I would repurchase this one. I already have. I think this is a really nice under eye concealer. Do you know what? If you like this, you might like this one. It's definitely got that sort of like peachy undertone to help cancel out dark circles. So I would 100% recommend this one, and I do really like it. It's kind of similar to the Maybelline, but not really, how it's got like a sponge applicator. Oh, Oh, I've never like properly squeezed it. Oh, that's weird. Ugh, that's weird. Anyway, but yeah, I would recommend this one and I would repurchase this one. I think it's a great under eye concealer. So I feel like I'm rushing because I've already done this for over half an hour. Oh, I'm not going to open this. This here is the Contour Duo by Kevin Aucoin. Would I repurchase this? So inside this, sorry, I'm not going to open it because the contour shade is smashed to oblivion. No, I probably wouldn't. So inside there is the Candlelight highlighter and the contour powder. I would probably just repurchase the contour powder. I think having this this little set was quite neat because it was just sort of your highlighter and your contour in one, but I didn't particularly like the contour, I didn't particularly like the highlight shade, but I really like the contour, so I just repurchased the contour, to be honest. But it's a nice way to try out some Kevin Aucoin products. I just personally wouldn't repurchase it. Whew. Well, I hope I didn't speak too quickly. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any type of video you'd like to see from me, please leave a comment down below and I shall see you soon. Bye!